this is a message. We're going to talk about love lessons. We're going to talk about what have you learned. I'm going to be sharing some things that I've learned. So, this is just going to be a live. We're going to just be talking. We're going to do a brief reading, and then we're just going to just chit chat about what lessons that you've learned, also what you may be going through at this time. Anything that you feel comfortable sharing in the live, please feel free. If you are watching this after the stream, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section to share your story or elaborate on what you hear in the live. Okay, if you have anything you'd like to add and you're watching this after the stream or during the live, use the chat section, use the comment section to share with us your story, your experience, okay? So today we are going to cover just I'm gonna do a small reading based on the overall energy, and then we're gonna go straight into, like I mentioned, about sharing your experience, okay? Hello, Cinda. Hello, Ashley. And after that, after I do the tarot, after we share what we feel comfortable sharing, I will be sharing my personal recent story and lessons that I've learned. I've had some subscribers to reach out to me just wanting to check in, wanting to make sure I'm good, and I'm great. But I did learn some major lessons that I feel like would be beneficial for all of you, ladies and gentlemen, in some way. And if it's not beneficial for you, maybe you'll be able to share my story with someone else, that may be going through something similar. Okay. So without further ado, let's get into that overall energy reading, see where the energies are aligning. And we're going to do the chit chat session after the reading. Okay. All right. Let's see who we got in here. We got Cinda. Hello. Ashley, Angel, and Ashley again, thank you for the love and support. All is well. All is well. Thank you so much for asking. I just felt like I wanted to get on today and definitely do your reading for you and also provide an update on the situation that I spoke briefly about a week ago or so. Just want to give a little update on that. And I'm doing that. I don't have to, but I'm doing that because I feel like a lot of people were influenced by my story. And if in any way, if I can help someone, I'd much rather do that than to not share. So it's been on my mind real heavy. So I'm definitely going to be sharing that info on that as well. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I'm live again for other messages, other readings. Please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. Hello, Willazine. All right, y'all. Let's get into a little bit of tarot here. Remember, time is fluid in tarot, so this message could have already resonated with you, could be resonating now, or could resonate sooner than you think, okay? Please take what applies, leave the rest for another subscriber, another Pisces, or another cross watcher, okay? If you're new to tarot, welcome. Hopefully you will hear or see something here that you like, and you will subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can join us again. All right, Pisces, let's take a look. What do we have for Pisces today? Overall energy for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Overall energy. I'm hearing listen to your spirit guide. So some of you could have been doing a lot of praying here recently, listening to your spirit guides. All right, the overall energy, I have the Page of Cups here in the reverse. Starting off, fellow water energy here at the bottom of the deck. I definitely have the Nine of Cups here, Pisces. Okay. What we got going on here? Feels like to me, excuse me. Whew. Feels like to me, Pisces, that you may have turned in a very small offer, or maybe you either rejected a small offer, or something like that. You're leaving, maybe it's this. Maybe you're leaving behind a small offer, and you have made it a point to go forward towards something that you could offer more to yourself or something like that. Oh, Two of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this could have been a love situation or a friendship. Doesn't have to be love, y'all. I know everybody's like, why did my ex keep coming up? This could be a friend, or it could be a coworker that you have decided to separate from or part ways with. But I feel like they were offering you very little. I don't know. Let's see. In what way were they offering very little? The Hermit. Virgo energy. Give me a little bit more. What were they offering Pisces? Very little. Let's see. King of Pentacles in a reverse and the Two of Swords. You could have felt like with the Two of Swords, Pisces, that King of Pentacles in a reverse, like this person, they weren't offering you consideration, or it's something that you truly value. This could be your morals, your values, or something like that. You've something about something you really value. This person was not supplying you. Maybe it could be honesty. Okay, maybe you got to a point with a certain friend or somebody where you could feel like they were being just dishonest. Give me a little bit more on the Nine of Cups. Like they were being dishonest. Six of Cups in reverse. Yeah. They weren't giving you proper communication. Seven of Cups. And they had so many choices, so many options. Strength in the reverse. They had so many opportunities to tell you the truth and they didn't. So I feel like you have backed up from this person. Maybe you decided, I don't want to disrespect anybody. I don't want to say anything I don't mean. So I'm going to back away. Six of Swords in the reverse. And the Two of Wands. Yeah, I feel like you've thrown this overboard. This could have happened a while ago. Okay, so why is it coming up in Pisces reading now? Why is this showing up? The Five of Wands. Some type of conflict. Three of Wands here. I don't know if this is you, Pisces, or this person could be having some inner conflict. Thinking about this situation in particular. Because like I said, I feel like you had to back up because you felt like this person was not honest. They were not reliable. And I feel like you backed away because, hey, you didn't want to disrespect. You didn't want to be dismissive. So you just pulled your energy away, which I feel like was a very mature and responsible thing to do. Hey, James. So with the Hierophant in the reverse, Taurus energy. This could have been a Taurus. Why do we have the Hierophant in the reverse? The Knight of Swords in the reverse. And then we have the Five of Pentacles. I'm hearing mind over heart decision. With the Five of Pentacles. You felt like you made the right decision. The Justice in the reverse. But maybe someone else disagreed. We got the Emperor here in the reverse. It definitely could have been a fire sign as well. I'm getting fire, earth, and water here. So someone else could have felt like this wasn't a good idea. Give me a little bit more on the Emperor in the reverse. Oh, yeah. Five of Cups. Looks like somebody was a bit upset that you pulled away. But I feel like you had viable cause to do this. Yes, they did not. Tower in reverse. They did not want you to pull away. With the Tower in reverse. With the Sun card, strong Leo energy here. This person could have wanted you. I'm going to be honest, Pisces. They could have wanted you to put up with this type of behavior for whatever the reason. It's kind of like, this is me. With the Queen of Swords. Very Very one-sided energy here. And I just don't feel like with the Four of Swords in reverse, I don't feel like this was very fair to you. Here's your energy, the Moon card. But it could have been, if you would have allowed this, it would have been fair to them. And they would have been okay with it. But it just, I don't feel like it was beneficial for you. Let's look into this. Oh, yeah. So they didn't agree. Hey, Angel, they didn't agree with what you decided. But Ten of Swords energy was there. I mean, good job for you, Pisces, walking away from this particular situation, because I just don't feel like it was good with the Knight of Wands here. You surprised this person because you chose your happiness with the Ten of Cups. You know, a little owl. And with the King of Cups here, I feel like in the end, you've always honored yourself, even though you could have been a bit obsessively thinking about it. Like, is it time for me to cut this person off? Am I wrong? Am I doing the right thing? But I feel like somewhere in there, Pisces, you always tend to listen to your gut. You listen to your intuition. It may take you some time. It's probably always been kind of blaring and saying, okay, walk away, walk away, walk away. But I feel like you're the type of person that likes to give the benefit of the doubt, but you stand strong in your intuition. It's like you never just ignore it. You may put it on the back burner sometimes because you want to see the best in people, but it stands out to you. Okay, give me a little bit more on the King of Cups. Absolutely, the World card. Yep. So you took a stand. You took a stand, backed away. Hangman in the reverse. You were no longer hanging in there for them to get it right. Hanging in there, listening to their excuses. Hanging in there, putting up with their mistreatment. The Lovers in the reverse. You accepted how this person portrayed themselves. We got the Page of Pentacles. You could, or maybe you didn't give them a reason. Maybe you felt like they should already know. Seven of Pentacles. But because of the type of person you are, you could have tried to talk to them about it. And with the Three of Swords here, and you could have also felt like they tried to play the victim card on you. So you just, all in all, you couldn't really get them to understand it. So you made a decision not to go forward with this, with the Magician in the reverse, not to try to hold on to this any longer. With the Seven of Wands here, you could have felt like some type of personal attack. Did this person get upset? They could have said some things that were just a bit out of the loop. But I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles, you still you offer them grace. You offer them peace, even though they may not have been offering you the kindest of words. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. And that is something, Pisces, I feel like this person is going to learn. Major lesson for them. They will learn humility. They will learn how to be more humble and kind. The Star in the reverse, because I don't feel like this person was all the way kind to you. Dismissive energy I'm feeling. The Ace of Swords, and they wanted to declare that they were correct. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, and clearly they were not. So with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, clearly they were not correct here. And so balance had to be restored. That's why you felt like leaving. Balance had to be restored. That's why you felt like backing away from this person. And I feel like you did the right thing for you. Okay. All right. Let's take a look into the energy around you. Then we're going to go straight into the topic for today, which is love lessons. If you have anything that you'd like to share during that session after this last reading, please get your comments ready, because we will be just discussing briefly some love lessons, or lessons, life lessons. Don't have to necessarily be in love, but just things that you've learned, because I'm finding that these messages are very helpful. And yeah, we're just gonna go from there. And like I said, I will be giving a small update on my own situation and what I've learned. Okay. Alrighty, let's see, Pisces. What do we have for Pisces? Energies around Pisces. What do we have? Energies around Pisces. Whoa, I don't say that. Too many cards. Energies around Pisces. All right. Overall energy. That, ooh, hold on. The Ten of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, I have the Page of Cups. Okay. Someone could feel betrayed. Pisces energy around you with the Six of Pentacles. Um, they could feel betrayed by you, which is ironic because I feel like based on that first reading, that something went wrong on their end. But they could just, this is a person, like I said in that other reading, they could just have that victim mentality. Give me a little bit more on the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, Three of Cups. They just have this mentality that it's always somebody else's fault. With the Page of Cups here, why do we have the Page of Cups for this person? The Chariot. It's crazy because this is the type of person I feel like Pisces, Cancer energy, that they like to cause pain sometimes. And then they like to give time in between and talk about it. But I don't quite know if they admit their wrongdoing at all times. But I feel like you have forgiven this person, though. They may want to be your friend again with the King of Cups. I feel like out of the two of you, you are the most emotionally mature, or you could be the most mature, period. Eight of Cups energy, they feel like you've walked away from them, Pisces. And I feel like you have too. Okay, two cards popped out here. No, we got three. Okay, let's see what we got. We got the Four of Swords, the Seven of Cups. Okay, I'm sorry, Two of Swords. So they feel like you've walked away. They don't know what you're thinking. They know that you have options in life, not just in love, but in life. You got so many different things that you can do that are positive for you. And they feel like you are guarded with the Four of Swords. So this could be, maybe you created just a major boundary this time around. With the Queen of Swords coming up in the past, I feel like you stuck to your guns. You stood up for what you believed in. You didn't just fold easily. Seven of Wands. This person could have tried to make you feel bad for putting them in their place with the Seven of Wands, but I don't feel like you allowed that to affect you. You still stood strong. And with the Four of Wands, it made you a better person. It made you even a better person for yourself, standing up for yourself here. Moving forward, I have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, this person feels like you are like guarded. And you're protecting yourself at this time because of something that they did or they said. King of Swords. Look, they feel like they can't get in there. All those swords. Oh, they feel like you are just protecting your heart space. And you should. Okay. Oh, yeah. Six of Wands. And you're declaring something. What do they feel like Pisces is declaring? The Nine of Swords. All this swords and wands. You are declaring you're not going to get a chance to hurt me again. And they know that. They feel that. With the Three of Swords. This is what they feel like they caused you in the past. Heartache. You see the heart on the tree? And what's even more interesting about this card, if you notice, that's an owl. And I'm wondering, did another owl send these swords to a nest in there that maybe that owl had, just going straight for the heart? So this card could be symbolic for a lot of reasons. I hope there wasn't a nest in there. But you know, like a mom's heart is their children. So it's like, or maybe she was able to get the nest out of there before that happened. That's interesting. Give me a little bit more on the Three of Swords. So this person knew that they touched your heart in that way, but then it's like they want to rush in and be there. But I just feel like it's too late. I feel like it's too late. Yeah, we got the Five of Swords. I feel like it's too late, Pisces. How does this person feel at this time? The Strength, Leo. They see, I mean, you stood up for yourself. You did what was best with the Judgment. Gosh, okay. So how do they feel about Pisces at this time? The Five of Pentacles. They feel like they injured you. But I feel like this injury, like with that Three of Swords, to be real, it was probably one of the best things that could have happened to you. It was painful, but with the Page of Wands, it caused you to really just step into yourself more and into your purpose more, and really go forward with the Ace of Pentacles to step into what is destined for you. Like I said, everybody, this doesn't have to be just love. This could be any type of relationship you've had with the Hangman. And this caused you to hang on to what you believe in, no matter what, no matter who you've had to lose in your life, people that have dropped off out of your life that just said, I can't take your boundaries. I can't take whatever it was. I can't take the fact that you will call me on my mess. Maybe you've had people that don't like to be called out. And so you've realized, Pisces, that if these people are just going to walk away because you exhibit your standards, you give out, insight on what you believe in, that they probably needed to go anyway. With the Ten of Cups. Because ultimately, Ten of Cups come up in the first reading if you go back. Ultimately, you've realized that you got to focus on your happiness here. So yeah, with the Tower, this could have happened suddenly for this person. I'm hearing blow for blow. So did this person try to get back at you? Did they try to, like, when you said something, did they try to come in and say something else? What does the Tower mean in this reading here? The World. Yeah, they could have been trying to give a bunch of reasons or a bunch of excuses as to why you were wrong. But deep down, Pisces, with the Nine of Wands, this person knew you were right. They didn't want to show that, though. Queen of Wands, very prideful, very convinced energy. But I feel like with the Ten of Wands, they could have some burdens here based on how this went down, whatever this was. Okay. Yeah. This Devil energy. Probably when they tried to get back at you for, go back and forth. And I feel like you two could have had just a civilized conversation about it. But maybe they said something that they can't take back. I'm not sure. But this Devil energy, I feel like, took over. And that could have been the ultimate deal breaker for you, where you were just like, oh no, I got to get away from this person. Page of Swords. It's like you cut them away as soon as that happened. And where did that lead to for Pisces? What does it lead to for Pisces? Hey, Tina. That led to you, Knight of Swords, just really, really taking action towards your peace here. When I'm looking at this card with this sword, I actually never know how the message is going to come through. When I see that sword, I actually saw a cross. So you could have been just taking off quickly and going towards what you knew God had for you. And clearly, it may not have been to deal with this particular friend or whoever this was. So you decided, okay, I'm not needed here. I'm not wanted here. So, let's move on. Six of Swords. Look, let's move on. Let's throw this overboard. Let me get to what God has for me. That's what they see. Hey, Teresa, what's going on? All right. And how does this person feel at this time for Pisces? Oh, Justice. It's not so much as how they feel. This is what they see. This is interesting. This person sees that you have created more balance in your life. You've been busy. Oh my goodness. I hope you stick around for the chit chat after this particular reading here, Teresa. this person sees that you have received justice. So it's not so much as how they feel, it's what they see. Okay. Give me a little bit more. What are they seeing as far as Pisces justice? Let me see. What are they seeing? Oh, Four of Cups. They see you as being so much stronger here. And by the way, everybody, these cards are from Teresa, a subscriber for my Amazon wish list. Thank you again. All right. Yes. They see you being so strong that they feel like if they offered you some type of, I'm hearing olive branch or some type of explanation or something like that, that you're going to be just like this little owl here. Like you're going to be like turning your head. You're going to be turning your head like, mm-mm. And the thing is, you're not going to say anything rude. You're just going to be like, mm-mm. Just turning your head like, no, been there, done that. Anything else? Because they know, as the high priestess here, they know that you are worthy of so much more. And I mean, we all are worthy. Don't get me wrong. We all are worthy of respect and loyalty and care, compassion, empathy. But some people want to receive those things, but they don't want to give that back out. So if you want to be a very influential recipient, right? You say recipient. There you go. If you want to receive things that you know are good for you, you got to be willing to put it back out, right? So some people are just, as Teresa just mentioned, are just takers. And this could have been a person that would just come into your life, suck up your energy. Soon as they feel energized, they drop you or they start being who they really are. And you're sitting there like, what's going on with this particular person? This could be a lover, friend, family member, or coworker, y'all, or somebody. Maybe you're affiliated in some type of organization and you have decided to back away from this particular individual. They come around to get some of the good energy that you supply. And once they feel pretty good, they go away. But what they forget, what is so ironic, when they get away from you, they forget that they get away from your energy too, right? So then they have to go and think about what did they do to not have your energy anymore. Because Pisces, you are the Ace of Cups. A lot of you have supplied the Ace of Cups for people, okay? And the ones that really know, that are really in tune, they will get it. Okay. All right. So what lesson has this person learned? Because justice, they see justice for you happening, but what have they learned? The Knight of Pentacles. Let me see. Thank you, Cinda. So they've learned the Knight of Pentacles. Let's see. Ooh, okay. So this person, Pisces, this is interesting. Seven of Swords. Let me tell you something. That little nasty behavior that they showed you, or those little nasty comments, they learned that it wasn't worth it. Whatever they said or whatever they did, it wasn't worth it in the end. Something that they learned that took precedence over how they felt. In the end, with the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, you know, fast moving positivity, fast moving stability, fast moving awakening, fast like realization, kicking it forward. So they realized something about the Seven of Swords, it wasn't worth it. Give me a little bit more on that. With the Nine of Cups, it just wasn't worth it. I don't know what they did or they said, but in the moment they felt like, okay, yeah, this is good. This is good. King of Pentacles energy here. So whatever they did, whatever they said, they realized ultimately what you were trying to tell them all along. We can talk about this. We can work this out. We can talk about this like adults. We don't have to do this. We don't have to have a disagreement. We don't have to go and start not speaking to each other. We can talk about this. But they did not. They fought against with the Five of Wands. Look at the owls fighting in there. They fought against having a mature discussion or understanding, and they chose the latter. They chose to go in the with that devil energy. They chose to go this way. They chose to go that way, and it resulted in, give me a little bit more. What did this result in for them? So they've got to see your justice. Queen of Pentacles. I'm hearing hell to the king. I mean, hell to the queen. I'm sorry. So they got to understand that in essence, you were right. Now, this is a prideful person. They may not want to tell you that, but they realize you were right. They realize that you were right. They could have made a hasty decision. Two of Wands. Look, Two of Wands all about decisions. Am I going to go left or right? Am I going to take wand 1 or wand 2? You know? Angel said, he said, bye. What? They figured out you were right. Whatever you said, the star, Aquarius. Oh, man. Let me see before we close this out. Does this person have any regrets for their actions? Any regrets here? The Nine of Pentacles. Okay, clarified with... I do feel like they look at things differently, though. With the Empress. They look at this situation. We got the Nine of Pentacles and the Empress. They look at this situation with more... the Emperor. They look at it with more understanding. You notice the owl's turning his head. It's like more understanding when I look at the expression on his face. And with the Emperor here, even though this is a person that has this tough exterior, male or female, masculine or feminine, they look back at this situation with more compassion. This is a person that could just be, they get upset and then they just fire in and do stuff. You know, they just kind of in a rage. And once they come down off that rage and they kind of settle down, they have time to really calm down. They think about it like this Nine of Pentacle energy, like, you know, I achieved what I wanted. I wanted to make Pisces feel bad. That's why it's the Nine of Pentacles. Look, I achieved what I wanted. I got all these pentacles. I achieved what I wanted. But when I look back on the situation, look at his little face. When I look back, I'm starting to see as the Emperor that maybe, just maybe, I could have handled it a little differently. Maybe I could have been a little bit more soft-spoken. You know, some of you could be feeling that. Queen of Cups here. Maybe you felt that as soon as it happened. You could have known, you could have gotten to know this person so well that you knew eventually they would feel that way. Honestly, I feel like they may have overreacted. You know. That's right, Teresa. Ego and pride. That's two things that will get you messed up. Ego and pride. If you don't use them in a healthy way, the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. I'm hearing, I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry. Where is that coming from? I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry. The Lovers, Gemini. And you could have felt like this person was up and down. One way, one day, changing. But whatever this was the ultimate deal breaker for you. It was a big decision maker for you. And honestly, this wasn't the first time for a lot of you. And you just got to a place where you just said, hey, enough is enough. And I'm tired and I want to move forward with my life. Life is short. We only have so much time on this earth. You know, do I really want to spend my time having to constantly debate or go into a situation telling someone how to treat me? You know? Oh, wow, Angel. And you could have just gotten to that place because it's why one day they love you, one day they love you, one day they hate you. And it's just like, you know, you deserve better. So this person, They have to just accept it. Just overreact like majorly. Yeah, Cinda, that's the vibe I'm getting. Like it was just way too much. We got the magician. Okay. Let's see. Why do we have the magician? They may they may have tried to manifest a conversation, two of cups. I don't know if you were with it or not, or maybe they thought about it. What could they want to talk about? They said, I feel like they said enough. Three of Wands, how they see things. They may have wanted to try to manifest a conversation because of how they see things, because they had time. I'm telling you, they had time to calm down. They had time to calm down, just calming on down. And they looked at it and they were like, well, Pisces, Pisces was right. And if only they would take that 10 seconds to think about what they're about to do. But no, they're just so reactionary that they just caused you to leave the situation. Yeah, the Empress. They caused you to leave the situation. Okay. So this reading goes with the topic we're gonna talk about tonight. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for participating. Please stick around. All right. So we are going to talk about briefly love lessons, as this reading perfectly goes with what I was going to discuss here. So this could be an overall energy for all of you, where maybe you have experienced somebody like this that's displayed in the reading today. And so we're going to look more into that. We're just going to do a little chit chatting on it, and we're going to go from there. I'm going to be pulling a few cards as we talk, just ones that I'm guided to pull. And hopefully this will help you, I know this has been helpful for a lot of other subscribers. And when we go into these personal discussions, they really do help. So I definitely want to provide you with that insight, okay? So give me 1 second, everybody, when I get started here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I'm live. For other messages, please feel free to use the comment section below to let me know how it resonates with you. Okay, information on a personal or spiritual life coaching, please feel free to visit the website for all that information. So while we're doing this discussion, everybody, I'm going to be pulling this lovely gift from Cinda. Thank you again, Cinda, for the gift from my Amazon wish list. This is the Elemental Path Oracle card. We're going to be pulling from that. And we're also going to be pulling from another gift from Teresa, the Happier Me affirmations. I will be selecting the cards that I am just guided to select while we're having the discussion. Okay, just make it interesting and hopefully provide more clarity based on the energy that we're going to be providing in the next few minutes, and also just give you the floor and express yourself. I'm going to be sharing an update on my situation that I shared a few days ago, and hopefully you will feel inspired to share something that you've learned, and we'll go from there. Okay. Alrighty. Let's get the cards out here. And give me 1 second here. Hope everybody had a great day today. I know I did. All right. Give me 1 second, everybody. Alrighty. Oh, Teresa said beautiful cards. Thank you. Tati, hello. Finally made it. Yes, yes. Cinda. Oh, at work, working 11 hours. Ooh, goodness. I pray that you get through your shift, and I'm just happy that you're here. Serendipity. Hopefully, this is a moment where we can all learn from each other. That's right, serendipity. Absolutely. Hey, Virginia. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started, everybody. I'm going to get started with my story a little bit. Hey, Virginia, what's going on? Glad to have you. Okay. I'm just going to give a little bit of a brief oversight of my personal situation that I went through. And you can feel free to comment anything you'd like to share. If you've been through anything similar, do that. And I'm gonna pull a card, based on what I'm felt to what I feel. I'm sorry, what I feel to pull. Um, as I'm telling my story here. So, and I'm gonna also just briefly go into it and tell you what I've learned. Okay. So I was really interested in this guy. And I'm a person that I truly go on instincts. And even when situations don't work out, I have a tendency to think that things work out the way that they're supposed to. So in this particular situation, I felt like even though the situation didn't go the way that I had hoped, okay, I feel like it went in the direction it was supposed to go, and I truly think I was supposed to have this experience. Okay, so I was talking to this guy. Um, we had issues in the beginning. We did. It was things that I noticed that just didn't really sit well with me, and we, me, I'm not gonna force anything. Yeah, be safe, Cinda. I'm not gonna force anything. So, and I'm definitely not going to chase anyone. I don't do any of that. So I always prayed about the situation. And so we got off to a rocky start. Um, and being that I could feel that things were not starting off the best, I still was hopeful, still have that positive mind. And the first incidents, we separated, we stopped speaking for a while, then we got back, and we got back in touch, and we everything went well, and we had a situation again. It's like, okay. And so anytime something doesn't fit, I don't force it. So I don't mind separating from situations. Does it mean that it didn't affect me? Because it did. Because I was really interested in him, right? And so this last situation here really just changed the game for me. And I'm going to share exactly what happened. Okay. So we had this thing where we would just do things for each other, little sweet gestures like, okay, I'm gonna make cupcakes today, you know, or he liked to cook on the grill or something like that. It was like, and he would bring me something and I would return the favor. Just, little nice things that you do for people. And so on this particular day, I told him my one of my favorite meals to cook, and I need to go. We're gonna start talking about what we like to eat and cooking and stuff like that too, y'all. So one thing I like to cook, I have a roaster oven, and I love to roast chicken. It's so good because I cook it slow. Early, I put it on early in the morning, and I let it just do its thing in that roaster for hours. And by the time it's time to cook, by the time it's time to eat, it tastes so good. All the herbs and spices have time. Now my mouth is watering. All the flavors have a chance to do what they do, and it's just so good. I know it's making me hungry too, Teresa. And so I offered, I said, hey, I'm going to be making roasted chicken today with some wild rice. Um, it was the Zatarain's wild rice. No, 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 rice aroni. Rice aroni. I'm sorry. Let me get it right. And very, very good meal. One of my favorites. Any person would be very lucky to have you. You sound wonderful. Cooking gesture, the whole shebang. Thank you, Tatty. Tatty, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Hey, Angel, yummy, yummy. So, and he was like, yeah, yeah, that would be great. And I mean, I prepared it and I made sure that his plate was, an amount that was a good amount so he could have two servings. I'm talking like it was 8 little drumettes in there and a good portion of the wild rice. I even cooked the wild rice slow so everything was just seasoned to perfection. So he was supposed to come by my home and pick it up. Now, mind you, I'm a very like I'll put it like this. My home is my sanctuary. So if you get a chance to be in my home, it is I'm not going to say you got to have something about you that I like, right? There has to be something because and I was like this even way back and when I had an apartment. And so I value my space. I don't let just anybody in my personal space. And that's something that him and I had discussed early. We talked about that early on. And he even said, well, yeah, I'm an introvert too. I value my space. I don't like pop ups and all that. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So I'm thinking, and it felt good that he knew that. And it felt good that I knew that about him. And I said, okay. So after it took me like a whole month for me to let him come over to my home because of my comfort level. And I didn't want to rush anything or anything like that. So when he started coming over, he's like, oh my God, it feels so peaceful in here, so quiet. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I strive for. It's peace and tranquility and positivity, right? And he's like, it smells good in here. And, I believe in making your space yours. And trust me, y'all see these owls right here? I got them all over the house. Now they're bigger, but I do have owls because that's my thing. And I have elephants and all this stuff. No drama, mama. That's right, Teresa. No drama, mama. And so I made this dish for him. And I was so proud, y'all. I was so proud of this dish. I really was. And he knew, keep in mind, he knew that I was a very private person. Anyone that gets to be in my home, man, I'm telling you, I got to have a good feeling about you. I really, really do. Because I value my space. A lot of people don't think about it. When I got on this spiritual journey, I realized that you can't have every energy or certain energies crowding your space, and I even broke it down to if I have family members that don't want to come by, I don't get mad anymore. I just say, okay, because guess what? They don't want to come by for a reason. They probably shouldn't come by, but they're always welcome. But I feel like if they're not guided to come here, they don't feel it in their spirit to come here, maybe they may not need to come. It's a whole thing with me. I'm sure a lot of us feel that way. They don't get that comfort level. Yeah, Tina, a lot of people don't get it. So this was what was interesting to me. So I called him as soon as everything was done. Everything, because I got up at like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. I put the food on. I let it cook for 3 to 4 hours. And everything was just, in my mind, perfect. And I made his plate and I called him. I said, hey, I got your meal ready. You know, okay, cool, Teresa. You like angels. Okay. Very, very good. Very, very good item to collect. So he called me. He was like 3 minutes away from my home. And this is what threw me off. He says, I'm on my way to your home to pick up my lunch that you said you prepared, but I won't let you know that I have my brother with me. Now, mind you, we had not gotten to a place of meeting family. We had not gotten to a place of meeting anybody that, is close to us. So it threw me off. And I'm like, I remember I said, I don't know about, I said, I'm a very private person. It takes me a little while to get comfortable with people coming up. Yeah, serendipity, yeah. I say, it takes me a while to get comfortable with people coming over. And it went left. This guy, well, I sure appreciate the offer. Um, but I'm gonna have to decline. Um, yeah, he even said when he called me, y'all, this is what he said. Hey, I have my brother with me. I know how you are about people knowing where you stay. So clearly he knew the boundary. Clearly he knew the boundary. So my thing was, why in the world would you why would you challenge that? Because he clearly stated, I know that you how no how you I know how you are when it comes to people knowing. Hey Remy, DP, what's going on? I know how you are. This is what he told me. I know how you are regarding people knowing where you live. He clearly stated that. And I'm thinking to myself, is he even listening to what he's saying? So then I repeated. I said, look, sounds like somebody's playing in your face. Remy, I have to agree. So look, I said, you know me as of how long we've been talking. And you know that it took me a while to let you come here. So I don't allow people to come and I'm not comfortable. I said, I've never met your brother. I don't know, you know? And because I questioned it, because I voiced how I felt, he got upset, you know? And so I gave him, he was right down the road. So I did give him the meal, but when he got here, he was just different. He was mad. He was like, that's my brother. If anything, I could see if I invited some of my friends to ride with me, that's my family, and they're going to be here when you're not here. And I mean, just exploded. I'm like, what? I'm thinking, what? I said, I don't have anything against your brother. I just don't know him and he doesn't know me. And then I found out that the conversation that I had with him while he was driving was actually on the Bluetooth speaker. So his brother heard me. And his brother even said, man, if she feels that way, just drop me off at the store and then come back when you go see her, just come back and get me. And he told his brother, no, if she can't accept you, then I'm just going to turn around and leave it all together. And I'm like, okay, so that's two times. That's two times that not only did you acknowledge that how I felt about people coming over, even your brother felt some kind of way about it. Yes, serendipity. Even your brother felt the discomfort in my voice. And he was like, and my brother heard you and this and that. I said, but I didn't say anything disrespectful. I said, we had not gotten to a place of meeting family. We had not gotten to a place of having people, come into homes and stuff. Oh my gosh. Give me 1 second, y'all. I was getting a text message from my mom. Okay. So this man blew up. He got so, ooh. And I stood my ground because I said, well, and I told him, I said, now I can discuss this with your brother. I said, I don't have a problem speaking with your brother and explaining, that it's nothing against him. Um, in fact, that if he got offended, I don't mind talking to him and letting him know what I meant by it. I said, it's really no disrespect to him at all. I said, but you knew how I felt about this. And he said, well, do you think you're the only person that know where you live? Other people know where you live. There are a lot of people that know where you live. Just because they don't come there, that doesn't mean they don't know where I'm like, of course people probably know where I live. But I trusted you coming here. Like, and I told him, I said, out of the 5, almost 6 years that I've been here, I've only had one other guy here out of all that time because I was, we were together for a long time. And it had been 4.5 years since I had anybody here. That's how much I value my space and my person. And I said, and you just didn't consider my feelings at all, you know? It was just like I'd never been through anything like that before. Let me read some of the comments before they get to. Okay. True color started showing real quick, shaking my head. That's right, Taddy. Oh my God, no way he was doing too much disrespect. Virginia, absolutely. Brother had more understanding, serendipity. Yeah. I went out with someone I met before, and one day after speaking to the person for a while, I didn't feel it was wrong, but knew the new one I really liked, and I told him, and he got hurt. He said, "Oh my goodness, girl, I had that 2 times." Like, yeah. Oh my dear, yeah. Have to point it out. Red flag. Yep, that's true. Men are GNA test your boundaries, and you saw his colors as well. Don't regret it. I don't. Teresa said, I don't just invite anyone to my home. It's my sanctuary and safe space. Yes. Yes. Exactly, Teresa. Exactly, everybody. With your comments. Thank you. And I'm telling you, I felt so, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like I felt so, so, so disrespected. I think that that is the most disrespected that I felt in a very, very long time. I mean, I'm talking, oh my gosh, I felt so disrespected. And so I prayed about it. I said, Lord, I said, I know there's a purpose for this. You know, what is the purpose? Show me. Show me the purpose. And I always, when I learn a very valuable lesson, I want to share it with someone so that maybe they'll get something from it. And that's why I'm up here. And I'm not ashamed because I'm human. I have human experiences. I go through trials just like anybody else. And so this was the kicker for me. The next day, he called, and I had already prayed and meditated on this. And I said, okay. I said, Lord, I'm putting it in your hands. So he called at 10 o'clock that morning. I'll never forget it. And he was talking like normal. And I was thinking, okay, you know, and he said, oh, I'm not stressing over that. And he says, you have a right to your privacy. You got a right to that. I may not understand it, but you got a right to it. So I'm thinking we're cool, right? I'm thinking that he get it. I'm thinking that he understand. He violated the situation, but hey, I'm thinking he get it, right? And I'm all about forgiveness. Until this. So he says, well, this weekend I'm going to be hanging out with my children. And yeah, and oh, I'm so tired. And then he says, and next week I got to help my sister move, and oh, I'm just so tired. And I'm thinking to myself, like, why are you acting like this? Why are you acting like this? I mean, it's just like, what? So I said, okay. I said, well, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And it threw him off, right? Because I felt like he was low key trying to dismiss me or trying to get a rise out of me. So I said, so I guess you're telling me this because we're not going to be able to see each other for the next couple of weeks. Is that what you're trying to do? Because I'm not understanding this behavior. I called it out. Oh, no, I didn't say that. And didn't I just see you last week? I mean, just being a total butthole, y'all. Oh my gosh. I'm like, I said, okay. I said, well, look, I'm going to go ahead and go. I got some things I need to do, and you just enjoy your day. I'm always going to send people away better than I left them. I'm always going to do that. Okay? I'm always going to do that. So, here's where it gets interesting. He called me again the next day, and he was out with his daughter at the time. They were grabbing lunch. And this was a time where he actually told me a week or two prior that if he went to this particular restaurant that he would get me an order of wings so I could try their wings. Because he was all like, oh, they got good food and this and that. So he called me. He told me about this restaurant. And he was like, yeah. He said, I'm here now. And would you like something? I said, oh, no, just enjoy the time with your daughter. I said, I don't want to impose or nothing like that. He's like, oh, you're not imposing. I'll get you something. I'll bring it to you. I said, okay. I said, well, you just get whatever you're having. And so he's like, no, no, I want you to pick out what it is that you want. I said, okay. So I just named something, just a little appetizer. Do you know that he didn't show up? He didn't call and he didn't text. So I'm like, he had never done this before. He'd never done this to me before. I'm like, Virginia, uh-huh. I said, okay. So he called me later that night. At Tati, I'm telling you, I couldn't figure it out. He called me later that night and he was like, you're not gonna believe this. I said, what? I was at that restaurant and this man, he bumped into my daughter and I figured out, oh, that he shoved her. So guess what? Guess what I did? I got up and I got up in the dude's face and I'm like, who are you to push my child? And then I would have got away with it, but the sheriff was outside. I'm like, and he says, and I'm just leaving because my mom had to bail me out of jail. And I'm like, so you know what? I didn't believe him. So I said, this was my response. I said, actually, he asked me, he said, was I wrong for that? I said, no comment like that. And then he says, psych, I'm just playing. And I'm like, how old is what? Yeah, I do, Cinda. Absolutely. I'm like, okay. I said, okay, Lord, you showing me even more. It was painful because I saw a side of him that I needed to see, but I hadn't seen. The side was always there, but I hadn't seen it. So he made up this elaborate lie and then he says, "Oh, I was just playing. No, I just woke up when I took my daughter back home. I came back here and I'm like, I went to sleep." I said, "Okay, that's cool." I'm thinking to myself, "But you didn't have to lie. Like if you didn't want to buy it, you didn't have to. I mean, I have my own money. Like it's not I'm not pressing for you to buy me food. Like thank God I have my own stability because of the most highest grace on my life. I can provide for myself. No question, you know? But my thing is like it's the principle. So I told him, I said, hey, I said it just don't seem like I mean, I was talking to him very direct. I said it just doesn't feel like you feeling me like that. I said, and if you're not, I said, cool. Just be a man about it. Just say it. Just be a man about it. I can take it. I'm a big girl. I got it. I didn't say that. Oh, I didn't say, you know what I'm saying? Just, oh my goodness. It was just, I had never been through anything like that with him or anybody else. So I could hear him moving around. He was getting ready to go visit his mom. So he was at his mom's house, and I said, "Oh, which they don't live that far away from each other." And he knocked on the door. I said, "Oh, you're knocking on the door?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm at my mama's house. I'm not knocking at your door." I'm like, "Whoa, whoa," I'm like, "Whoa, here we go again." Exact. La F yeah. I would be more upset about this lie. What else is he lying about? That's right, Teresa. And I got to thinking. I said, exactly, Angel. I said to myself, I'm like, you lying about this, you lying about that. And now I heard him knocking on the door, and he was going into his mom's house. I said, look, I said, you're at your mom's house. I want to always remain respectful. So just, I'll let you go. Sounds like if you ever were to get with him, he's the type to play a lot of psychological games and make you really go crazy and sit back and watch it all. That's right, Taddy. Yeah. Devil energy, right? And so, and so, I said, okay. So later that night, I text him and I said, look, I said, I just don't understand the behavior. I said, maybe it's not for me to understand. I said, but I wish you well. I said, I really do wish you well. I have to let God deal with this situation because I don't understand it. Don't really understand the back and forth. I don't get it. But and I said, I don't feel like I'm being heard. I said, I don't. I said, if this is some kind of revenge because of how you feel like I treated your brother, I said, this is pretty low because I didn't mistreat your brother. In fact, I was willing to even talk to him personally had I had the chance, because that's the type of person I am. I don't have a problem, talking it out with anyone, you know. I always I feel like there's nothing in this world that you shouldn't be able to talk about with another person. You may not agree. You may have to agree to disagree, but there shouldn't be nothing that we can't talk about, you know. And so he didn't respond. And I said, and furthermore, I said, and you just pointing out all this stuff about me being against your family is bizarre to me. And I said, and I have never met them. Never met them, never seen them, you know. And so he called me that night, but I was just so out of sort. I think I fell asleep. I was just I went to sleep, and the next day, I guess that's when he had a chance to read all of the messages. He called again, and this was the final time here. So he called again, and this time he was out with his son and his godson. Now, mind you, his son and godson are in their 20s. So they were out getting lunch because he said, if I took my daughter out, I'm going to take my son out there. I'm like, okay, cool. So he called me, and he did this in front of those young men. He called me and he says, hey, I just wanted to call because I don't like to do a lot of texting. And, I'm here with them and all that. I said, okay. I said, that's cool. I said, that's really nice of you. I said, I hope y'all have a good time. And he asked me again. He says, I want to make up for yesterday. I wasn't right for not bringing you anything when I told you I would. I want to make up for it. I said, I don't know. I said, I'm not really good with that, what happened. But come on, just tell me what you would like. And so it was Ruby Tuesday. So I know I haven't been to Ruby Tuesday in a long time, but I remember what I would usually get, which was the some type of chicken. I think it's bourbon chicken or something like that. So I told him that, and he said, "Well, what side orders?" And I told him, I said, "Zucchini, mashed potatoes, all of that." I kind of felt like this was probably going to be something else with this too. But I said, okay, I'm going to let it play out. So he repeated what I wanted out, like he was really going to do it. I got off the phone, and he said, "Well, I'm going to call you when I'm done, finish hanging with them, and I'll bring, whatever over to you." And he never showed up. He never texted. He didn't call. So that was twice. So then I said, okay, now you're playing with me. Okay. Now I know this is a game for you. So I decided, because at this time I had been shown everything I needed to see. So I decided to send him one more message. And I said, "Look," I said, "like I said before, you're not into me like that, or you're not into what I'm into, which is an adult relationship. I can tell by the empty promises and mind games. I'm no longer interested. I wish you well. I wish you wellness and success." And I let that go. And I actually changed my phone number the next morning. As soon as I could get Verizon on the phone, I changed my phone number. I had been thinking about changing my phone number for a while but this was inspiration enough for me to just go and try to get a new identity, because I had some people from the past, not just him, popping up this and that I just wasn't good with, not just relationships, love relationships, but just old cycles, people, stuff like that I just wanted to clear out. And so I changed my number, and I just don't ever want to talk to him again, ever. And I mean, I have never felt that strongly about somebody, but it just it blew my mind. I never went through that, you know. And I pray that none of you ever go through that type of humiliation, because it was very upsetting. It was very hurtful. But it also showed me who he really was, and it showed me everything that I don't want. Now, I say all that to say that there was a purpose for that lesson for me. It was a purpose in showing me, Empress, look, this is what you got going on in your life. If you don't have someone that's going to complement that, you don't need them, right? So it showed me that. And also, it showed me how cruel people can be, right? And it also taught me to really, really hone in on the red flags. Sometimes I can be a bit too forgiving, but sometimes a lot of us are like that, especially when you are just trying to figure everything out. But I took God with me the whole way. Even though I was shown some ugly sides of this man, I took God with me the whole way. Because, like I told you, everybody, every time something crazy would happen, I would say, "Lord, I'm putting it in your hands." And I truly did. I swear, people in a big grown age love to play all the childish games for no reason. And for what? To leave a bad taste in others' mouths about them forever. Weirdos. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, when I tell you, Taddy, and everybody else, I'm so done with him. That's just like, because I feel like, why go to that extreme? Why? You know? Like being back in high school. Yeah, Teresa. And that's perfect. That's a perfect example. Like being back in high school for what? Like, what are you getting out of that? And maybe, just maybe, he felt like he was hurting me. You're going to hurt somebody? You're going to try to hurt somebody by not bringing them something that they can go get themselves? That doesn't make sense. Because if I wanted to go to Ruby Tuesday, I could go. That's no problem. Like, so you're going to try to hurt somebody with something that they can get themselves? I mean, And because got to know him well enough, I'm sure, I am probably about 99.9% sure that when he thought about this whole situation, he felt like a fool because this didn't make any sense at all. But guess what? I cannot give him another chance to display that type of behavior in my life because exactly, Teresa, setting a bad example for those young men, his son and his godson. That's how you show your sons how to treat a lady or how to treat a person in general. You show them that. That's horrible. That is horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Player, yeah. And that's cool. If he felt like he got away with something, you know, that's toxic. Exactly, Virginia. And Teresa, player, I don't even know what kind of player that is because I don't get it. It's like just to try to humiliate somebody. It was just downright disrespectful. Juvenile, yeah. Juvenile, exactly. Playing around with somebody's feelings, playing around with their time. Had I been, if he had caught me like maybe 10 years ago, that would have messed me up bad. You know, because I'm younger then, and my mind was just not as advanced as it is now. I would have really messed. It would have really messed with me psychologically. But when you go through enough stuff in your life, you know, when you go through enough and you learn enough and you know your worth, Angel says God showed you how bad he was. You are protected. Boom. Angel. Yes, yeah, that's why I'm sharing this message with y'all. God saw me through this because I took him in there every step of the way. Every time this man showed me something crazy, I went straight to the source. I said, Lord, I'm putting this in your hands. Any type of confusion, anything that he brought to me, any type of like mishandling or saying stuff out of the way, I took it straight to God. I surely did. And I'm glad I did. I'm glad. And I truly feel like I'm protected. As they say, no weapons formed. You know, I truly feel that way. I own I own the fact that I entertained that situation. I don't blame myself because I'm like anybody else. I was just trying a situation to see, you know, and I learned from it. So I don't feel bad for the experience, but the treatment was ridiculous. But I needed to see him for who he was. Cuz I asked God to show me who he is. And he showed me. He showed me he's a liar. He is a manipulator. He's a user. You know, he's disrespectful. All and any other synonym you can think of for just a waste of time. That's it. Just a true waste. And if he thinks that he's not going to see that again, he's wrong. Because the one thing I know about divine timing is that you get what you put out. For you to remember yourself. Yeah, exactly, Teresa. Exactly. Exactly. And I don't regret it. Did it hurt me? Absolutely, it hurt me. Oh my God, it hurt me so bad. But the thing that hurt most of all was that disrespect. And that was a trigger for me because that's one of the main things that we have to have. We have to have respect for ourselves. So the disrespect triggered me because that's the one thing that I never want to tolerate from a potential lover, a friend, family, anybody. Anybody. But I realize I have to first respect myself in order for others to respect me. you know? Because like we talked about in the reading, if you caught the one about the love, career, and finance, if you caught that reading last night, we talked about that. It starts within. Respect for himself. Ooh, Teresa. Ooh, you highlighting the night. You putting them out there. You putting the truth out there tonight, Teresa. He doesn't have respect himself. Yes, God is good, my go-to. That's right, Virginia. There's no way this man could have respect for himself. Because when you love yourself, you're not going to want to try to cause another person harm or pain. People that don't love themselves try to cause pain towards somebody else. If you notice, people that don't love themselves will try to cause pain towards somebody else. If you got somebody, yeah, she's speaking tonight, Tati. Yes, if you got somebody that tries to cause pain in your life, that person does not love themselves. I can attest to that. People who are hurt will hurt others. Yes. Yes. And I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it. He lost a diamond in me. And I'm not saying that because I'm all that. It's nothing like that. It's because I know the light that I carry. I know the value that I have. And he just lost out. And the sad part is right about now he knows that. But uh his part of my story is over. I learned what I needed to learn. I saw what I needed to see in him, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. But I wish him well, though. And as this card displays here, it was a choice I had to make with the choice card. It says life direction, how you respond, facing consequences. Look at that. You can't do anything about the hands that you're dealt in life like I couldn't. But guess what? I have control over how I handle what is thrown at me. It's all about the choices we make. Okay. Thank you, Teresa. Yeah. People rather self-sabotage nowadays. I don't understand it. I don't either, Remy. Taddy says, you know your worth. Nothing wrong with admitting that you do. His loss. That's right, Taddy. Angel, maybe you were his lessons. Probably. Angel. Woo, you speaking tonight too. I thought about it. I thought about when I'm meditating, getting ready for the readings, when I'm meditating, just, winding down every night, a lot of things come to me. And I did think about that. Just maybe I was his lesson. That's right, Remy. That hits heavy. Yes, yes. Maybe I was his lesson. And what's crazy about it, everybody? You would think I know with me, if I meet somebody, if I meet a guy and he tells me that his space is sacred, everything in his life is sacred to him, but he lets me into his home, he lets me into his heart, I'm going to feel special. I'm be like, gosh, this man really, he sees something in me where he feels comfortable enough to let me into his home, somewhere that he feel is sacred. And he's letting me out of all people into his home and into his heart. I would feel so honored and special. But this man, he didn't get that. There are a lot of men that would look at it like, well, dog, she don't have a lot of guys over there. She don't have just anybody coming in her house. Man, that's a different kind of woman. But see, you got to be mature enough. You got to be focused enough to see that. He see it now. Guarantee you he see it now. Because he don't have access. And when I get rid of access, I get rid of all of it. That's right, Teresa. Maybe never been taught. It's true. So there's some hard lessons. If you never been taught, there's hard lessons you got to learn. Angel, right. Only a taker. There's lessons you have to learn when you haven't been taught. And sometimes your parents could teach you all that they can teach you, right? But like the life stuff is a little hard because maybe things were different in their time, you know? But if you have that golden rule down, which is treat people as you want to be treated, do unto others as you want them to do unto you, if you got that down, that's the God right there. If you got that down, and if you don't remember anything else in the Bible, but if you got that piece down right there, do unto others as you have them do unto you, that takes you so far. Because that right there is simply saying, you love you. Guess what? You love you enough that you'll do right by others, because when you look at your fellow man or your fellow woman, you see yourself. Therefore, you don't want to bring pain or trouble to somebody that's a representation of you. You know? That's right, Teresa. The person I'm dating show me consideration that I never felt before. I'm stuck on her this time. Oh, wow. That's good, Remy. Yeah, that's good. You lucky to, if you are fortunate enough to find that type of reciprocative energy like that, that's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And what's crazy is, you know, I would always tell him, I say, I want the best for you, even if it's not with me. I would tell him, I want the best for you, even if it's not with me. And I was kind. And he still played games with me. But I'm not mad. He just showed me who he is. That's all he did. He just showed me who he is. He showed me his true essence. And I'm glad I see it. And I believe him. I believe him. you know, um, there's one thing like with me, I'll give chances and I'll give chances and I'll just try to be understanding as much as I can. But when I get to a place of just being done, I'm done. I'm done. And this to me was it was like a waste of time. There was a lesson there that I learned. I'm sure there's one for him. If he hasn't gotten it, if he hasn't received the clarity yet, he definitely will. But I definitely learned a lesson from this big time. Big time. I remember I attended this church. This has been about 5 or 6 years ago. And this pastor, he was a guest speaker there. And he said something so profound that I'll never forget. And he said, you cannot do right with a do wrong mind. And that stood out to me. It is the one of the most just simple and straight to the point, sentences. You cannot do right with a do wrong mind. I mean, and that's powerful because it's so true. If a person has always been a deceiver, a liar, a cheater, a manipulator, it doesn't matter who they meet. They're going to be that way until they change themselves. They got to want to change. So that's why I say how I was treated by him was a reflection of him. How I decided to respond to his treatment was a reflection of me. And I always want to make sure that I put out good energy, even when people do me wrong. Because what I know is the energy that you put out is the energy you're going to get back. The energy you put out is what you're going to get back. And that's why these X's come up in the readings, y'all. Y'all may think readers such as myself and other readers here, tarot readers on YouTube, we're just repeating cycles. No, They are in your energy for a reason. You made a mark and you made a difference in their life, and they will never forget you. They'll never forget it. And prayfully, they'll get to a place of forgiving themselves and move forward. But a lot of times when it's a lesson or you were a blessing, you'll never be forgotten. And you're not supposed to be, especially if you were there for a reason. Toddy said, Pisces, doing Pisces things for real. I had a year of my time wasted. I'm just now getting to the ending of the heartbreak where I don't really care about her or what she doing anymore. Thank God. Yeah, it takes time. That's right, Teresa. The right one will come. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I am totally in belief, and I have faith in that. Have faith in that. I truly believe that I'm being protected and unseen for the right one. That's how I feel. And I feel it. But we learn lessons along the way. I try not to make that the primary focus. I try to make my purpose the primary focus. And when love shows up, it shows up. You know? But there was something significant about this guy here that I needed to show him something. And I feel like I did. And it was probably pure love, without wanting his money, without, wanting anything else but his time, energy, effort, and support. I feel like that was something that he needed to see. He needed to see and feel what that felt like for somebody to love you from a genuine place, and not all about what you can do for them. But sometimes people not ready for it. I was told in order for my picker to be fixed, I had to first fix me and what keeps me sick. That's right, Teresa. Absolutely. We all do. We all do. They will never learn. Yeah, Remy, I believe that. We have the pause card here. It says, respond versus react, observe thoughts, mindfulness. I was just talking about how you respond. How you respond says a lot about you. How a person responds or treats you says a lot about them. The unapologetic card here. I love this card. It says, be yourself, release societal expectations. And it even says, be a mess. So you gotta be you. And the right people will align for you. Silence speaks volumes. And it does. And trust me, Remy, my silence speaks volumes for real. Because when I shut down, when I'm done, trust and believe I'm done. I have people right now wondering if I still live in the same location because I just get away. When I see something that's just harming my energy, I get away. I get away. I get away. I clean up my social media. I do what I got to do. I go into beast mode and I just start really just taking care of me. Taking care of me. Because at the end of the day, you are all that you have. It's something inside of me that is hurt, scared, or wounded, fearful, or broken. Yeah. Teresa, think we all can relate. I do not blame you. Yeah, Remy, exactly the same. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta look out for yourself, man. And it's just it's unfortunate that you have to be so protective, but it's just what it is because we got a world full of broken people. Well, I'm sorry, damaged people here hitting the camera. Look at that, coming from a place of ego. This is the ego illusions card. It says, don't believe thoughts, inner stories, befriend the ego. Remember, your ego is there to protect you, but we have to make sure we have a healthy ego. And this guy that I was seeing, his ego wasn't healthy because he would receive joy from hurting people. But anytime you get joy from hurting people, that's a losing game. Because when the smoke clears, yeah, you feel good in the moment like I got somebody. But you got to deal with that. Now you got to deal with what you did to him the first time. And then you got to deal with the aftermath of the ego driven act. Now you got to deal with the aftermath of of your action. We have the awareness card here. It says, key to healing, notice patterns, illusions, pause. Yep. So that card right there, I know me personally, becoming more aware, of your purpose, becoming more aware of your self-worth and all that. Like I said, we can't always determine the cards that we're dealt, but we can help ourselves how we respond to them. All right. And we have the compassion card. And you definitely want a person that has compassion for you. I'm just saying. It says, for self and others, soften heart, gentle, see the good. You want somebody in your life, not just a lover, but your friends, hopefully family, that have compassion for you. If you meet a person that does not have compassion and empathy, you need to run. You need to run. Because you're going to need them to have compassion. And if they don't have it, it's going to make your situation worse. I'm just saying, it's just going to make it worse. And it doesn't matter how much compassion you have for them. If they lack that for you, that's not a person for you. We got the perspective card here. It says, evaluate beliefs, bird eye view, observe your reactions. This reading is all about how you react and respond to bad situations that happen to you. I know for me, when this guy did what he did, yes, I was hurt. Yes, I felt betrayed. But guess what? I handled myself like a mature adult. I was hurt and all of that. But I decided enough is enough. And I made a change to get rid of access to me. He go his way, I go mine. Because that is an individual that I no longer want to intermingle with. That's a person that does not care about my feelings. They do not care about my well-being. They don't care about me as a person. And the person showed me that despite how rational I want to be with my way of thinking, they're still more focused on how can I make you appreciate me? Just me, 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 me. And you don't need that. Inside, outward, we can pretty up the outside of our house. Yep. Maybe even a few rooms within. If we don't fully clean out our house, it will only become a nightmare. Hoarding of trunks full of stuff. That's right. That is true. That is so true, Teresa. Absolutely. Have to be willing to make a change. I'm hearing that song by Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. That's true. Absolutely. We have the desire card here. These are beautiful cards. It says, heart's true desire, gratitude, address inner blocks. Teresa was just speaking about that. Cleaning out your house from the inside out. Your spiritual house. All right? Cleaning out your spiritual house. And replacing it, cleaning the area so you can take in your heart's desires. A lot of us want love. A lot of us want great friendships. But we got to do some house cleaning. I know I did. Got to do some house cleaning. And sometimes we got to make some hard decisions that we may not be ready to make, but are essential and are needed. Okay? Let's get one more. And we do have to do that. Absolutely. I'm still on the second floor, dreading the attic. Ooh, I know that's right, Teresa. You're not by yourself. A lot of us going through the same thing, just different events. As long as you're on the 8, that's right. Okay, I think you were trying to say as long as you're. Well, wait, maybe Ashley will put it back. Had to retract the message. I feel like as long as you're starting somewhere, your journey is going to be different from everyone else's. But as long as you're doing something to make an improvement, can't be mad when you're trying, because it's tough. I have 2 cards I'm going to use. We have the intuition card here. It says, Intuition versus fear. Connect to soul, trust self, and source. I know that's what I do. I trust the Most High with my issues. I trust the Most High. I'm grateful that I have a platform that I can share things and hopefully people will learn from. And I have really good, have a good support system. I have a really good friend that I can go to him and I can talk to, and he doesn't judge. I can tell him any and everything. That's a person that's part of my soul tribe. I love him dearly. And and that's something that I treasure is that friendship that we have. And the family members that I do speak to about certain things, I treasure that. So if you have those people that really rock with you like that, please honor them because they're so few and far between. You got bats in there, Teresa. You're not by yourself, trust me. And the last card we're going to look at tonight is the surrender and flow card here. Okay, beautiful card. It says, Ashley says, as long as you're on the path, the length is irrelevant. There you go, Ashley. As long as you're on the path, the length of the path is irrelevant. Absolutely. Surrender and flow. It says, ride the waves, tap into flow, into the flow state. Let go. Look at that. Let go of the need to know. Some things don't work because they're not supposed to. And what I'm learning, even about my own life, when they don't work, is usually for the best. Okay? Because the Lord could be protecting you from something that maybe you never would see, you never would think you could be a part of. But if you keep forcing yourself to be in it, eventually you're going to see it, and it may not be what you want to see. So you got to trust his hand in your life. When he pull people away, know that he's doing that for a reason. When he's showing you the nasty side of people, know that you're seeing that for a reason. It's not by chance that you get to see somebody just be ugly, nasty, a liar. That is a sign. It's like, hey, this person's not for you. I need you to see this. This is not what I have for you. What I have for you is so much more. But I need you to see this the way that it is so that you can get away from it and you'll want to stay away. You need owls. The nasty can come with the smiling face too. That's right. Serendipity. Yeah. The nasty can be an attractive body because this guy, he was very attractive. You know, I always thought he was nice looking, but whenever he showed me who he really is, he's not even as attractive as he used to be to me anymore. I just lost it for him just like that. Just like that. And I always felt like he was attractive. But when he showed me who he was, I said, well, gosh, he's not even all that fine anymore. I mean, I lost it for him just that quick. Just by me being able to see who he really is. And I never want to speak to him again. Ever. Ever. I won't treat him bad if I see him out in public, but oh my God. I don't have anything for this guy. Funny how perception of looks can change when the true personality. That's right. And it can. Serendipity. Yes. Teresa, Ashley, yes, thank you. That's true. I thought this guy was so fine. I did. I was like, oh my God, he's so handsome, nice body. He can dress, his cologne had all that going. But when he showed me this mess here, I don't care what cologne he wear. I don't care what brand of clothing he wear. I don't care how nice his teeth are. Like my stepfather used to say, he's passed away, God rest his soul, but he used to say, ugly, if you act ugly, you're ugly. And that's true. If you act ugly, you are ugly. Told the Virgo today to get out with his disrespectful so I feel you. Yes, exactly. Fine as a cheap wine. That's right, Teresa. That's right. My stepfather used to say, if you act ugly, you are ugly. And it is the sure enough truth. In the South, that's what we say. It's the truth. If a person acts ugly or nasty, it is seen on the outside. Once you get to know them And I'm telling you, I'm not attracted to him like that, like I was. Mm-mm. No. You disrespect me, treat me. No, 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 no. We don't have anything to talk about. And he know. That's something that he knows. But the fact that he was willing, my ex ugly people, don't matter how good you look. If you an ugly spirit, that's all. Okay. I didn't elope. That's right. You were right. You were right. Uh-uh. Yep. No. No, 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 no. I had to take my power back and release this dude. And I wish him well. I want him to be happy. I wish him success. All of that. Do I wish he learned a lesson from it all? Absolutely. You know, but we all get to a place where we say enough is enough. Enough is enough. I'm just glad that it didn't go on longer. I'm glad that I walked away and I got away from it early. That's right, Teresa. Me too. I'm sorry, DP. Virgo damn bull bye. Like, way can't. Let's see. People respect the fact you're in a relationship. Boys be trying to. That's right. Sometimes three strikes is too many. Serendipity. You're right. Toddy says that's true. You can have so much attraction to somebody and then they keep dogging you and the attraction leaves real quick. Like, ooh, you actually ugly inside to me. Now never mind. Yeah. And that's how I feel about this dude. Like, I thought he was just so handsome. And at one time I thought he was nice because we connected. Our conversations on the phone used to be so good. We used to talk several times a day, only to find out how he really is. And I mean, and it's just like I'm repulsed because I've never had anybody to treat me that nasty. I mean, I've never had that. And people do mean things all the time, but goodness gracious, I never experienced that, but that's neither here nor there. It happened, and life goes on. Life goes on. It's gonna keep moving. It's gonna keep moving. It's all about what we do with the lesson, all about what we do with what we learn. We can't change it. You can't change another person, but you can change how you respond. Is he gonna get another chance to do me that way? No. Absolutely not. It looks like cheese and tastes like stinky cheese. You have stinky cheese. That's right. He was merely wearing a mask. That's right, Taddy. He was. He was. He was definitely wearing a mask. And I heard a quote one time that said that a-hole that you see at the end, that's really them. And I believe that. Oh wow, DP. I heard that before. That a-hole that you see at the end is really who they are. And I believe it. Totally. Totally. So he don't have to worry about me. Mm-mm. Nope. But the one thing about it, everybody, is that if you listen to my story when I started, his brother knew. If y'all paid attention, his brother knew something was up. He could feel the discomfort. His brother could feel that. Because if his brother said, man, just drop me off at the store, go see her and come back and get me. If his brother said that, he knew, he felt something. He felt something. But because of who this guy is, he wanted to just push through. Like, yeah, she got her boundary, but I'm just going to push through anyway. Brother was the better of the two. Yes, serendipity. Absolutely. He had the more logical mind. because he could feel, and really he put him in a compromising situation. And this guy told me, he said, the way you made my brother feel. I'm like, I didn't do this. You did that. You did that to your own brother. I didn't do that. He tried to make it seem like I was responsible for how his brother felt. No, he was responsible because his brother was riding with him. But when his brother picked up on the vibe and said, hey, just drop me off and come back, the brother knew. The brother knew. And he said, that's just how she is, man. His brother told me, he said, that's how she is, man. And that doesn't mean it was bad. It just said that's just how she is, man. So guess what? The brother already peeped that I was a private person that didn't like any and everybody at my house. And the brother saw that, never met the man. Never met the man. Projecting his defect on character onto you. That's right. That's right, Teresa. I never met his brother. That's right, Taddy. He did. But his brother, I still, like I said, never met the brother. I don't know all of what was said. His brother could have flipped out too. But in that moment, the brother got it. He could feel the discomfort. He could feel the boundary that I had. The brother knew. So that I'm just saying that to say that if you've ever questioned whether you have enforced a boundary and whether it was right or wrong, trust and believe somebody is going to agree with your boundary, even if it's only just God knowing, you know, the person that you with, or your friend or whoever that's you putting this boundary out there and they're disagreeing. You're not crazy. Ain't nothing wrong with you for having a boundary, because I guarantee you there's somebody that get it. It may not be that person, but somebody get it. And in my situation, it was his brother. I wish your mother lover would tell me what I can't have in my house and they are not on the lease or pay any type of bills. That's a whole red flag. Yes. Yes, Remy. Girl. And then Remy, he went off and said, you act like don't nobody know where you live. People know where you live. And I'm like, it's not about nobody knowing where I live. It's just my comfort level with who I have in my home, even on the outside of my home, in my yard. It's a comfort thing. It's a comfort thing. And Remy, he went off. And I'm like, why is this dude? And then I thought about it, because he don't have boundaries. He don't have boundaries. So how can I expect him to respect my boundaries when he don't have any himself? You know, because I couldn't do it. I'm gonna share this, then I gotta go. I couldn't do it. I had a ex one time years ago that would say, hey, park your car at my mom's house so we can ride to church together, because the church was right down the road. I said, no, I can't do that. I said, did your mama give me permission to park in her yard? You don't have to have her permission. Yes, I do. Absolutely, I do. King baby, that's right, Teresa. I do. I told the guy I was with way back. I said, I need your mother's permission to park in her yard. I can't just drive up, park in her yard, and be like, hey, like, I can't do that. Wow, DP. I always try to respect people's boundaries because I don't want to feel uncomfortable. I may not understand it, but I respect it. And that's the beauty of being an adult. You may not understand the ways of everybody that you meet, but respect it. And who knows? Once I got to know his family, and I really it took some time now, I would have been comfortable enough to even go outside and speak to the man. I didn't know him. No boundaries with his own mother, so of course he ain't gonna nobody else. That's right, Taddy. And probably don't. Probably don't. The entitlement, right? At somebody else's place. I mean, that ain't. There's nothing right about that. And he was like, so if you were to ride up to my house and you had a brother or sister with you, I would trust your judgment. And I'm thinking to myself, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't ride up to your house with somebody else in the car that you didn't know. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. In fact, if I knew that you hadn't met my family yet, I'm not going to just bring them sporadically over to your house when it's only just been me and you for I don't know how long. I would try to ease that in. And I want to meet your family at somewhere else, maybe at a church, maybe at we all go to dinner or something like that. I wouldn't just spring nobody at your house. Oh, yeah, by the way, this is my brother. He wouldn't trust your judgment. He sounds very insecure. Remy, I promise you, if I would have done what he did, it would have went a whole other way. He would have gotten all over me. Why are you bringing people to my house? I mean, he would have, because that's a human reaction. But he didn't put himself in my shoes, and I said, "Look, I'm a woman, and this is where I live." Like, but he didn't care. At that time, he didn't care. All he heard is I felt uneasy about him showing up with his brother. Nothing against his brother. Nothing against the man. But I felt uneasy because I didn't know him. I didn't know him. And he didn't know me. Still don't know me. My family gonna be here when you not. Okay, everybody's family gonna be there. Like, whoever is still with you and hasn't passed on, they gonna be there. Like, what does that mean? I never try to put a person in a position where they need to pick me over their family. Exactly. Exactly, Taddy and Remy. I'm glad you dodged a bullet. Me too. Me too. It was just way too much energy for no reason. Way too much energy. So anytime, everybody, if you got somebody that you feel like you have to compromise your standards and they're not trying to understand you because, oh, they don't want to, that's a person that you don't need to probably deal with. I'll never tell you what to do, but when they're not listening to you, they're not trying to gauge how you feel, none of that. Uh-huh. I felt that too, Remy. That's right, DP. I felt that too. I felt like let me try to trap her. Let me have my way. Let me bring people around that I want to be around. You know what I'm saying? It's because we got some weird people in the world. We got some weird energy in the world, and uh-uh. Then he said, this is another thing. Then he says, well, I don't never know when my brother might have to come and get me. For what? What does that mean? What does that mean? Like, come and get you for what? God forbid if there's an emergency, I would expect somebody to have to come. But until then, my space should still be sacred. If I allow you in my home, that means I'm the type of person that doesn't just allow anybody in. And you should feel honored that I let you in because I don't do that. Exactly. Uh-huh. Remy. Yep. The Kiki Palmer situation. Yep. And I just said, But one of these good old days, he'll think about it. Probably around about now. He'll think about it. He'll look at it like, well, dog, if she only had me over there, man, she must be that kind of woman that just don't have just anybody, not just any man, anybody just coming to her house, man. Gosh, and she only wanted me over there and her family, man, and her close friends, man. That's a woman that love herself. They don't get that peace until much later. Uh, they don't get that. They don't get that understanding until much later because the Lord shows it to them. But by that time, it's usually too late. They're all constantly observing and learning you in order to solely manipulate you and push the shame onto you crazy. That until you carry. That's right, Ashley. I believe that. I believe that. And that's why you got to be strong within yourself because you got people like that. They don't have control over their own life, so they want to control yours in whatever way. So, I'm grateful for the lesson. And anytime I can share that story to try to help somebody else, that's what I'll do, or highlight some of the things that I went through, and just hope nobody else goes through that. Maybe I went through it so that somebody else doesn't have to go through. But I am doing a lot better each day. I gain more and more clarity, and we're just gonna go forward. You only get one chance at this thing called life, so that's why I stopped giving the blueprint of me to people. Treat me how you want to be treated. That's right, Remy. Exactly. Exactly. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for staying in here over 2 hours. If you've been in and out, thank you. If you just stayed for the first part and you left, thank you for coming back or however you did. But thank you for your energy, time, effort, and support. Please hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. Thank you to the ones that have. Thank you, everybody, for just coming in and giving your feedback. Good night, Teresa and Ashley. Thank you for giving me your feedback on this message tonight. I hope this has really helped, and I hope to do many more. If you are watching this after the stream and you got something you want to share about your story, about a love lesson that you learned, please feel free. We are all here and working together in order to heal and be our best self and also to attract better. So please use the comment section to let me know how it resonates and also share a little bit about you. I want to hear it. I want to see. I may not always comment back, but I definitely read the comments and will send you a little heart emoji to know that showing you love and just giving you my support. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for all that you do for the channel. Remember, you are worth it always. Take care. Toddy, thank you so much for your input. Have a wonderful night as well. Thank you, everybody. Stay safe and blessed. Until next time, which will hopefully, prayfully be tomorrow. Take care. Thank you, Virginia. Good to see you. Hope to see you again. You were here the whole time. Oh, wow. Thank you. Thank you, Virginia. So glad to have you. Good night. Good night, Remy. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Have a great one. Bye.